涙の色はエメラルドブルー宝石みたいに光ってる流れ星を見上げていたあの夜も
Astra Abyssosque. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission.
Scene ini diawali di kota Inazuma seminggu setelah Raiden Ori menghabiskan duit Lumin untuk triple crown skillnya. Setelah moranya habis, Lumin kembali kepada bestinya untuk mencari pekerjaan tentunya. Tibalah mereka di Katarina yang kebetulan baru saja mendapatkan permintaan dari Yashiro Commission. Permintaan tersebut berisi tentang penyerangan segerombolan serigala terbang di Pulau Narukami yang terlihat menyerang akar dari pohon sakura. Mendengar penjelasan dari Katarina, Lumin yang tahu bahwa serigala terbang bisa menyebabkan korosi terhadap apapun yang diserangnya, dia pun langsung bergegas menuju TKP. Sesampainya di lokasi, setelah bergelut dengan Rifthound yang datang secara terus-menerus dan mampu membuat Lumin terpojok lalu tiba-tiba datanglah kilat petir yang ternyata berasal dari Raiden Shogun. Setelah bertemu dengan Lumin, beliau pun mengatakan bahwa setelah diajak jalan-jalan, beliau mendapatkan sedikit demi sedikit pencerahan tentang konsep keabadiannya yang tanpa sadar mulai menggoyahkan prinsipnya. Dan penyerangan serigala terbang kepada Secret Sakura mengingatkannya tentang perang 500 tahun yang pernah terjadi di wilayah Inazuma yang telah mengambil hartanya yang paling berharga. Mendengar tujuan Lumin sama dengannya, Raiden Ori pun mengajak kerjasama. Mulailah mereka mengikuti jejak Rifthound melalui ceceran Secret Sakura yang terbuka. Tak lama kemudian, setelah mengamati luka yang disebabkan oleh para Rifthound lalu tiba-tiba muncul jurik peninggalan perang besar dari Secret Sakura.
What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey.
The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity.
When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for. As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you. And all
Mendengar harapan dari tentara, apakah beliau akan mendapat pencerahan lagi?
Come on.
Tak lama kemudian, jurik itu pun menghilang dan mereka melanjutkan penyelidikan. Sampailah mereka di Araumi.
This time.
Setelah bergelut dengan para Rifthound, mereka kembali menemukan akar sekret Sakura yang terbuka.
The same light is leaking.
Dan lagi-lagi muncul setan yang ternyata dia adalah pelayan Raiden Shogun. Dia adalah Furuyama, orang yang buta tetapi tidak buta map.
Is that you?
Beliau dikenal sebagai orang yang paling GG dalam membuat teh seantero Inazuma.
What brings you back?
Dan karena flashback masa hidupnya, dia pun berniat membuatkan teh untuk tuannya. Pergilah Lumin dan Raiden Ori ke kediaman Kamisato untuk meminjam seperangkat alat teh yang akan digunakan oleh Furuyama.
How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
Namun sayang sekali setelah mereka kembali, kesadaran Furuyama sudah tiada.
Hey, where'd he go? He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier. Well,
Untuk menuntaskan keinginan Furuyama, Raiden Ori yang dulu sering melihat Furuyama sedang meracik teh, dia pun mencoba membuat racun.
pot of tea.
Dia pun mencoba membuat teh dengan racikan yang sama.
The events
Sambil meminum teh,
500 years
Raiden Ori pun menceritakan bahwa perang yang terjadi 500 tahun lalu sangatlah suram,
She died in
di mana beliau telah kehilangan Kitsune Saigu dan teman-teman lamanya. Bahkan beliau juga kehilangan Raiden Makoto.
without telling
Raiden Makoto adalah saudara kembar dari Raiden Shogun.
Makoto was no martial artist.
Bisa disebut juga dengan Arkon atau orang yang memerintah Inazuma sebelum Raiden Shogun.
I was always the one
Di mana Raiden Makoto adalah orang yang di depan layar sedangkan Raiden Ei bertindak di belakang layar untuk urusan perang. Itulah kenapa disebut Raiden Shogun. Seorang shogun atau samurai dengan elemen petir yang hidupnya didedikasikan untuk bertempur dan berperang. Pada perang 500 tahun lalu, entah kesambet setan mana, Raiden Makoto pergi sendiri ke Kanria tanpa memberitahu Raiden Ei sama sekali. Setelah mengetahui tindakan tersebut, Raiden Ei yang tahu bahwa Raiden Makoto noob saat bergelut dia pun langsung bergegas menyusul Makoto. Namun sayang sekali karena Inazuma tidak punya Pokemon, akhirnya dia terlambat dan Makoto pun meninggal dunia di pangkuannya. Itulah alasan kenapa jurik tentara tadi bilang bahwa yang mulia sudah tiada dan dia kaget karena kembali melihat Raiden Shogun di hadapannya. Dan karena Raiden Ori sempat ada di Kanria waktu itu, Lumin pun bertanya tentang Ether.
person.
Sayang sekali Raiden Ori yang datang ketika pertempuran sudah berakhir tidak bisa menjawabnya. Setelah teh habis bebarengan dengan habisnya Sad Story, mereka pun kembali ke kasus serigala terbang. Sesampainya di sebuah gua, melihat akar sakura yang terbuka, jurik pun muncul kembali. Hanya saja munculnya jurik bebarengan dengan munculnya para Rifthound, akhirnya pertempuran pun tidak dapat dihindari.
Come on, man. They're coming back for more.
Let's get them!
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
Hanya saja kali ini Raiden Ori semakin nge-lag karena jaringan ping yang sangat tinggi. Akan tetapi meskipun nge-lag dia tetap mampu membumi hanguskan para serigala terbang yang tersisa. Dan ternyata penyebab beliau tiba-tiba nge-lag karena prinsip keabadian yang dia tanam di dalam boneka Shogun mulai bertentangan. Keabadian yang mulai goyah yang menyebabkan dia hilang kendali terhadap boneka Shogun. Setelah melihat keteguhan hati serta harapan rakyatnya, tibalah saatnya dia memutuskan apa yang harus dia lakukan bukan hanya untuk dirinya sendiri melainkan untuk seluruh Inazuma. Pergilah mereka ke bawah kuil Narukami, tempat kesadaran Raiden Makoto disimpan. Tujuan Raiden Ori datang ke sini adalah untuk melawan prinsip keabadiannya sendiri yang sudah ditanamkan kepada boneka Shogun. Karena dia telah sadar bahwa prinsip keabadian yang dia pegang saat ini tidak manuk akal dibanding dengan prinsip keabadian yang dipegang teguh oleh Raiden Makoto.
Follow me.
Where we go? I'm dizzy. Where do we get sucked into this time?
Setelah masuk ke Plane of Euthymia milik Raiden Makoto, bertemulah Raiden Ori dengan Raiden Shogun yang memang sudah menunggunya karena menurut pengaturan yang sudah ditanam. Apapun dan siapapun yang sudah menentang prinsip keabadian akan dianggap sebagai musuh yang harus dibinasakan. Sebelum bewan terjadi, Raiden Ori yang menyadari bahwa pertempuran ini mungkin akan berlangsung selamanya, dia pun mengeluarkan Lumin dari kesadarannya.
I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Setelah dikeluarkan secara paksa, Lumin yang berpikir bahwa pilihannya terlalu mengadi-ngadi akhirnya pergi untuk menemui Lady Guji untuk membantunya kembali masuk ke genjutsu tersebut.
Keep on duking it out in there.
Setelah menceritakan situasi dan kondisi, Lady Guji pun membantunya dengan guaranti 50/50 tergantung dari usaha dan tekad dari Lumin sendiri. Dengan membaca basmalah secara fasih, akhirnya Lumin pun berhasil kembali ke kesadaran Raiden Makoto.
Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination. Well then, the door is open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Terlihat Raiden Ori dan Raiden Shogun pun sedang face to face. Karena merasa bewan tidak ada yang menang, akhirnya mereka memutuskan untuk lomba menatap. Barang siapa yang kedip duluan maka dia yang kalah. Dan dengan jurus tiupan kentut Venti, akhirnya Raiden Shogun pun berkedip dan mengakui kekalahannya.
You blink first, I win. Time to the last battle.
This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future, and you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the heavens. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Muso Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto barely wielded a blade in her life, and yet her blade brings me closer to her. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces.
Makoto?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me.
But... you never mentioned this to me.
Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness.
Did you know what was about to happen in Conria?
I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way.
Don't look down on me.
See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it, before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh?
Is it really?
Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing.
Great minds think alike, I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there.
Di sepanjang perjalanan, setelah melihat keteguhan hati serta harapan dari orang-orang Inazuma, ditambah dengan pencerahan dari Raiden Makoto, Raiden A pun memutuskan untuk menggunakan prinsip keabadian milik Raiden Makoto setelah melihat segala pengorbanannya di masa lalu. Setelah kegelisahan hati dari Raiden A sudah terselesaikan, serta Raiden Shogun yang percaya dan setuju kepada keputusan dari Raiden A, akhirnya dekrit Sakoku pun diberhentikan dan sekarang wilayah Inazuma telah resmi untuk dibuka secara umum. Dengan berakhirnya dekrit perburuan Vision dan dekrit Sakoku, video pun ikutan berakhir. Thanks YouTube.